Good day. Ira Epstein with your metal market wrap-up, and this is for Wednesday, and we are now on the 19th of August 2020, about 6:35 p.m. Central Time. Well, for a change, huge breaks that we're seeing in the metal markets. Even the copper tonight making up for lost ground. It stayed strong during the day, but it's given up 300 points. Down a lot in the gold and the silver. Now, the daily charts have lost their bullishness for the time being. They have not turned bearish, but they've gone neutral at this point. And the ideas of buying, well, today was the first day that anything had to be given back. Same time in the stock indices, you can see they're all coming under pressure. It coincided with the FOMC announcement, and on that announcement, I just didn't see anything that was super bearish, but I think what the market's reading into it is the idea the Fed is talking of inflation coming back, and the Fed's not saying we'll do anything, we have the markets back, blah, blah, blah. What the Fed did say very clearly, it is really concerned with COVID-19, the impact, what it's doing to the economy. There's a whole highlight of events, and in my tonight's summary that I put out for my research, full research, I cover all that in detail. But you can see that the reaction in the market, not friendly. The dollar had one heck of a rally, up 62 points, and you've really broken back in the euro currency rather dramatically. So a change for a day. Now, does that mean this is anything more than a correction? That's what we have to wait and see, as so many times that turns out to be the event. So let's go to the chart and see what we've got. For the week, gold is up $62. That is not a change of direction. That's the first thing I want to say. The second thing is, on this chart, the market got up about halfway from this high to that low. I pointed this out, and it started running out of momentum there. Now today, the big break in the market, rather painful. But it hasn't gone under this past break low. It's a correction. That's all that I'm reading it. And if you take a look at the swing lines, you get a pretty good idea. Up until today, you had a pattern that was, let me get one more day here. Here we go. Higher lows, and you'll see this. And with today, a lower, what we do, we broke through that. So we had higher high, we had higher lows, broke that pattern, and now you're sitting sort of in the middle of no man's land. Looking back, there's the 18-day average, and that's what I was saying, what the market was hanging in. I frankly thought the pros were buying there. My hand was included in that. And today, when you got under this break low, I think it was time under the 1939 level to say, okay, I don't quite know what the market wants to do here. And that's what I think a lot of this was. Big, broad moves, still looking for direction is the way that I look at it. If you break, I look for major support at 1915, the lower Bollinger Band, which is far away from this last break low. And on rallies, 1990 should be the resistance right now. We've entered a period where the market's got to digest all that's going on, is how I'm actually reading it. As we take a look at slow stochastics, they're pointing down. So I have momentum down, since the bias of the market, if you will, is that way. Momentum is what I meant to say here, down, and I'm out of a trend. I'm in the middle of nowhere. The gold-silver ratio didn't really turn around at all. This market still favors the silver market, and when we speak of silver, it's still very much in an uptrend. Weakened, but still in the uptrend. You'd have to take out this low right here in order to hurt the market. So that number is 25.96. If we take a look where the 18-day average is now, it's in the 26.58 level. I expect the pros to nibble there and be okay nibbling in it. I don't think they're going to want to see it under there. If the market can hold here, it will keep the pattern of higher lows. You've got the higher highs. The question will be if momentum will step in. Be careful if you're trading that, no question about it. In the copper, what can I say? You went to the lower band, now to the upper band, and you get thrown back at both. That's what I expect. That's what I teach using these bands. I was on today BNN TV, that's Bloomberg in Canada, and I was talking about this exact formation in the metal markets, in what was going on in the dollar index and the euro, and I brought that up for them. In looking today at the platinum market, we've got momentum down, Bias down, not trending. You have a higher high, lower low. I think you're going to just be drifting in here. So for the time being, barring any news that would jar the gold, the silver market, and these other metals to the upside or downside, appears to me we're going to start spinning around in them. And that easy play where we got those days running up and running down dramatically, I don't know that they're going to be on the immediate future. We'll see. In the palladium, I'm starting to notice that we're bringing in the Bollinger Bands, and every day seems to hit the 18-day average of closes. While the pattern has been bullish, you haven't broken through a previous low, you're pointing down in your momentum, down in the bias, and now you're back under that 18-day average. Not a very pretty chart. Last in the dollar index, I feel vindicated at least somewhere, because I said the first time you hit the Bollinger Band, you're going to generally not continue. You hadn't hit it since you hit the 18-day average, and that's a pretty good size bounce today. Did the trend change? No. Momentum's trying to rally enough. It's getting out of oversold territory, just barely, but with a 30.77 reading. I would expect to see resistance up in the 18-day average of 93.22. We talk about this. We talk about the impact of the dollar, what it's having on all the markets, in all the reports we do. There's two ways to get our market research. You can get it by regular email, or I should say, you can view it in our charting software as well, both our handheld mobile devices as well as our platforms. We cover all these markets, and we give you an awful lot of information. Are you an options trader? Option strategies. Fundamental trader, you're going to get plenty of that. You're going to get a whole slew here. So if you'd like to get a free trial to this, it's simple. Just go to our website, sign up for free trials. You'll see it on the bottom right. We'll take it the rest of the way. If you want to call us, we're always available to talk to you. In this COVID campaign, you might get our answering service. We call right back. We put in our phones in different areas, but people do step away from them, and we don't have that rotation service like we'd like to have. We might get that because who knows when you're going back to offices. But that's where you're at right now. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day.